So it's the launch of our physio clinic. So it's we actually opened last week. We did a bit of a soft launch, but this is sort of the official launch event. So it's just nice to get some people down to see it. Generally, a lot of the rugby boys, for example, haven't been down to see it yet, so it's nice for them to be able to come down and have a look. It started myself and a good mate of mine, Reece Carter. I was actually visiting him in Dubai. He was physioing out there, and he was talking about how he wanted to come home, but he would only come home if he wanted to do his own thing. I was looking to do something outside of rugby because Saracens are very productive and very encouraging for us to do stuff outside of rugby. So that's sort of how it started. That was a couple of years ago, and the plan of what we have here is completely different to what we started with, but it's sort of evolved along the way, and did a bit of research into what was needed, and effectively what we're trying to bring is the sort of care that we get as professional sportsmen to the general public.
We wanted to make a place where you could see a range of specialists all under one roof so that you didn't keep getting referred out to different things, it was all just in one place. Firstly, we use ultrasound scan, so it's a scanning device that allows us to look inside at generally muscles, tendons, and the outside of joints or ligaments, so that helps us diagnose. Then we went through and did some shockwave therapy, which is a pretty specialised treatment technique for tendon injury, and that's sort of the top of the range bit of kit that. And then we went into the cryotherapy room and did a cold treatment, so the same as the big liquid nitrogen chambers that Jamie uses. This is just a more local version for our patients. Jamie had a lot of the ideas, so for example this gym is much bigger and better than most physio gyms you'll see, and the reason is because Jamie's experience as an athlete has been in gyms like this to rehab, so it was important to him that we got this right. The cryotherapy is not something that most physio practices have, but he's found it beneficial and wanted to bring it in, and so far our patients have found it pretty beneficial as well.
Sorry everyone, I just wanted to say, I'm not going to be very long, I just wanted to say thank you very much for everyone for coming down. It's really humbling how many people have turned out, so it's awesome for you to see what we've been up to over the last, however long, 2 years. I hope you enjoy the evening. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
For every player to evolve and immerse themselves in something outside of the game, it both, one, focuses you day in, day out at the training ground, but allows you to think about the future a little bit. And obviously Jamie's still a really young guy, but to be proactive and thinking about the future, it's a great decision. And to partner with a friend from school, someone who's got the physio degree, allows him to spread himself into a new industry which a lot of guys don't have the opportunity to do.
I feel like throughout my career I've learned a lot in terms of my rehab, prehab, what I need to do in terms of when I need to see the physios, what the physios are working on. So myself and Reece are having conversations all the time about what sort of therapies we're using, how often we're using them, and if something new comes into the rugby scene, we'll talk about it. And often if something comes in here that he's found, I bring it back to the Sarries physios as well, because my brother's a physio at Saracens. My ability to switch off from rugby and put my sort of business cap on has made me a better person and a better rugby player. It sounds a bit weird, but beforehand I was pretty full on with rugby, and I'd take all my rugby stuff home with me and not be able to switch off from it. But with this happening, it means that I need to sort of flick the switch and get my business out on.